He never commanded an army. He never ruled a kingdom. He never conquered an empire. Yet his ideas would outlive every king, every emperor, and every battlefield. He taught one of history's greatest conquerors. He asked questions that scientists still ask today. For nearly 2,000 years, his writings shaped philosophy, politics, biology, logic, and education. One man changed the way humanity thinks. His name was Aristotle. Aristotle was born in 384 BC in the small Greek city of Stagira. His father, Nicomachus, was a physician to the Macedonian royal family. From an early age, Aristotle was surrounded by medicine, observation, and the study of nature. These experiences sparked a lifelong curiosity about how the world worked. Unlike many children, Aristotle didn't simply accept answers. He wanted to understand why. At 17, Aristotle traveled to Athens to study at Plato's academy, the greatest center of learning in Greece. For nearly 20 years, he studied under the famous philosopher Plato. Although he deeply respected his teacher, Aristotle often challenged Plato's ideas. He believed knowledge should come not only from thought, but also from observing the real world. Aristotle's reputation spread throughout Greece. In 343 BC, King Philip II of Macedon invited him to educate his young son. That boy was Alexander. For several years, Aristotle taught him philosophy, ethics, science, politics, and literature. Many historians believe these lessons helped shape the mind of the future conqueror, known as Alexander the Great. After years away, Aristotle returned to Athens and founded his own school, the Lyceum. Unlike many philosophers, Aristotle encouraged his students to walk, observe nature, ask questions, and debate ideas. Together they studied everything: animals, politics, astronomy, logic, poetry. No subject was too small or too great. Aristotle believed that understanding began with careful observation. He studied hundreds of different animals. He described their behavior, anatomy, and habitats. Although some of his conclusions were later corrected, his method of observing nature influenced science for centuries. Instead of accepting myths, he encouraged people to investigate the world themselves. Perhaps Aristotle's greatest contribution was logic. He created a system for organizing reasoning and arguments. His ideas became the foundation of formal logic and influenced mathematics, philosophy, and science for over 2,000 years. Even today, many methods of critical thinking trace their roots back to Aristotle. After Alexander the Great died, political tensions rose in Athens. Because of his connection to the Macedonian court, Aristotle feared persecution. Rather than risk execution, he left the city. He reportedly said he would not allow Athens to sin twice against philosophy, referring to the earlier execution of Socrates. A year later, in 322 BC, Aristotle died at the age of 62. Empires rose, empires fell, but Aristotle's ideas endured. For nearly 2,000 years, universities across Europe and the Middle East studied his works. His influence shaped philosophy, politics, biology, ethics, and education. Few people in history have changed human knowledge as profoundly as Aristotle. His greatest achievement wasn't conquering lands. It was teaching generations how to think.